Good morning to you yet again. You are looking live over Bay St. Louis. They've got mainly clear skies over there. We've got mostly sunny skies over here where 79 degrees feels like 82. Wind's really not going to be a factor throughout the day today, and we're trying to see if we can get any relief from the heat whatsoever. Certainly didn't do that yesterday with a high of 92. This is where we typically are this time of year at 89 degrees, and every several days we're going to see that go down by about a degree or so. So more of this late summertime heat right on through the entire 7-day with very limited rain chances. One of them will be this afternoon, and then we're talking about that newly formed tropical depression that just formed earlier this morning in the Atlantic. We've got a lot of flickers of green on your screen. Most of what you're seeing not hitting the ground, and I pointed this out just a second ago. In between St. Francisville, Clinton, Centerville, had a quick thunderstorm, and it's falling apart just about as fast as it developed, and it is heading right in the general direction of Baton Rouge, but I think it's going to completely fall apart before it gets here. We'll probably just see a couple of cumulus clouds gliding on by without incident. Meanwhile, in the afternoon, we'll work with the daytime heating and we'll generate a couple of isolated thunderstorms of the non-severe variety. We're only going with a 20% chance, so I'd say the majority of the viewing area probably stays rain-free. If you get one of these showers, count yourself as one of the fortunate ones. Meanwhile, let's talk about it. It looks like for today, we're going to see a mixture of sun and clouds, but hopefully these dew points are going to stay relatively low and in check. If they're in the low to mid 60s, that's not that bad. That means that the peak heat indices shouldn't be too taxing as well. And you see Wednesday through Friday, low 90s. That's about the best we're going to do this time of year, especially for peak heat. But it does creep up just a little bit as we head into the weekend. And it looks like the rain chances this weekend are going to be pretty close to zero. They're going to be very low. So your outdoor plans will be all good to go. There is a look at Tropical Depression number 7 taking up a ton of real estate, almost 1,000 miles from the northern extent down to the southern. So yeah, that's definitely taking up a whole lot of room. It's barely out of depression. You see the winds are sustained at 35 miles per hour, but it is expected to become Tropical Storm Gabrielle, and it's expected to eventually become a Category 1 hurricane. Max sustained winds getting up around 85 miles per hour. Now, I would normally right away say this is looking like a fish storm, but it is going to get kind of close to Bermuda, so I want to hold off on saying that because that, of course, would be hitting land. But right now, the United States doesn't look like we have to worry too much about that. And then trailing right behind it, coming off the coast of Africa, the next wave, the new wave, only has a 20% or low chance of development over the next 7 days. Here, we're going with a 20% chance in the afternoon, but I, again, would say you probably don't need the rain gear if you don't want to bring it. Then for tonight, cautiously optimistic that we get down to 69 degrees. Going to be a close one there. Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, when Southeastern comes to town, obviously you're not going to need the rain gear, but it is still going to be really warm out there, and ditto for the remainder of the 7-day. Matter of fact, we creep up to 94 degrees on Saturday, and we welcome in fall next week on Monday, but it is not going to feel very autumnal, guys.
Oh, it sure won't. Jared, thank you.